Listen, if you are stumped by a room in your home, or maybe it's just a single wall or a nook that is like, it's almost there, but something is off and oh my gosh, I'm so tired of looking at it and what am I supposed to do with this space? This video is for you. I have collected a bunch of subscriber submissions from you guys of corners in your home that are just stumping you and you're over it. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna come to some good ideas. I'm talking wall art conundrums, space planning, layout. Why doesn't my space feel cozy? What do I need to buy? How do I rearrange? All of it. We're gonna cover a big variety of things that are stumping you guys from a bunch of different spaces. And it's gonna be a freaking blast. Here we go. One giant disclaimer for this video is that there really is not like one single solution for a given space. And I wanna say that because A, I'm an amateur. Like these are just the suggestions of what I might do, I might try. It's a personal opinion. Hopefully it helps you. But also I think this idea that like there's one single correct answer for a room is something that trips a lot of people up, and it actually ends up paralyzing you if you think there's just like one single answer, like a code you're supposed to crack. So that's not the case. There are about a million different ways that you can design and find solutions for a space or whatever given problem. And I'm gonna give you some of my opinions, some things I might try. So with that big grain of salt, I'd also like to say one thing that I personally struggle with a lot is space planning, floor plans. I don't feel that it's my strong suit. And because of that, I am bringing on a professional designer friend who is very, very talented at that and many more things. Molly, come join. So this is my beloved friend and colleague, Molly. I've talked about her on my channel before, and we're gonna share her information for her business because she does take clients. You take remote clients as well, right?
Remote, in person.
Thank you for coming onto my YouTube channel. So Molly is talented in about a million ways, and I thought it'd be fun to just have like another designer's perspective when looking at some of these spaces, kind of especially to emphasize the fact that there are just a million different ways to solve your space. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
You my baby, right? Yeah.
Okay, number one, we're just gonna start with a layout problem, and I'm gonna share my solutions, then Molly, you chime in and correct me, okay? Marcella from Everett, Washington, I asked everyone to share a fun fact. She said, I would rather clean 5 toilets than write emails all day. That's a great fact. That's a universal fact.
Stank.
Okay. So she shared with us some pictures of her living room. She's bothered by the corner fireplace. It needs some styling. I wish there was a creative seating solution for at least one chair for cozy vibes. New addition of a puppy. So the dog items are an eyesore. There's a crate and a bed. We own, so we can do whatever you want. Thank you so much. Amazing. Beautiful space. Love the sofa. Love all the color. Cute ass fireplace. I can't curse. Very cute fireplace. And I'm going to start this off by saying something controversial. Are you ready? I'm actually interested to hear what you'll say about this. To me, the biggest problem, this is a long room. The number one thing you want to do is split it up into zones. So there is the TV zone, and then there's the fireplace zone. There's not much going on, but the fireplace is there. I would further define them and further separate them. I would 100% swing that full corner sofa. I would swing that around so that half of it is like dividing the space a little bit. And then we can make us an additional seating area on the other side by the fireplace. Move the TV stand to this wall we're facing just to the right of the windows. Yes, and then you have room over in this corner to add your green comfy accent chair. It's not in the way. You can still see the windows and you can still appreciate fire and the vibe of a fireplace. This is a big myth. You do not need people to sit and face the fire. Same as you do not need to have everyone sit and face a window in order to enjoy and appreciate the ambiance. And look at you just nodding.
I'm agreeing.
I think another benefit of spinning the sofa around means that like we're not all just sitting and facing the dog accessories, dog crate, dog bed. Let's split them up. We don't need a whole dog community. Like let's vary it up so the eye gets a bit of a break. Now, what are your additions?
I'll
show you more
say we need to add in some more symmetry, and whether that's like with fabric or like matching throw pillows on the couch and the armchair, but there needs to be some sort of symmetry.
Are you talking about like a little bit of cohesion?
Yes, thank you.
So what I would say, I like that you touched on color, because I would say looking at the space, we see a lot of green, like solid green, solid blue repeated. A lot of solid colors. Yeah, there's a lack of pattern. There is pattern in the rug. You know what I'm gonna say about that rug? That rug is a little bit small. Let's expand the rug.
Maybe don't go round.
Maybe don't go round. It's hard to make a round rug work.
Yeah, it is.
And the rug also brings in a bunch of other additional colors that I think is just further expanding your color palette. If you get rid of one thing, I would ditch the rug. I would get a larger, probably 9x12 rug at least. That just works with colors you already have. Beautiful, genius. This is why you're here. Woo! Next space.
All right.
This one makes me laugh so much. This is a fun one. This is a fun one. I had a fun time answering this. This is a submission from Amanda in New York City. And she says, I too am not for everyone. Wow, a flawless, seamless plug for my podcast, Not For Everyone. People are loving the podcast. Wow, thank you for doing that plug,
Recommend.
Amanda. She really wrote that. I didn't make that up. Okay, so Amanda submitted a single portion of a single wall in her home. She said, I think the awfulness of this wall speaks for itself. How do I make it less ugly? I'm a renter and all the fixtures are permanent besides the buffalo art. Oh. It is directly across from my bed, so it's the first thing I see when I wake up. Please help. And this is the wall.
Wow.
Let's just take a moment to count how many fixtures are on this wall. There's so much. So what I think is fun about a space like this is that you can come up with reasons to justify making it fun and worthwhile to problem solve a space like this. One route, you could get like one giant piece of artwork that covers up a bunch of these pieces, because it looks like a lot of these things do not have to be accessed every day. And there are these things that are like wall art covers that kind of swing open, and they can go over like a wall safe or an electrical box or whatever. Or I actually think the easier thing to do would be to make it a little fun gallery wall. Cute. And go hard. Okay, quick side note. One thing I want to call out about hanging your wall art, remember that your art should be your personal footprint. You don't want it to look like someone else was there. You want it to look like you were there. And one of the things I see tripping people up when they're trying to hang their wall art is not wearing the right socks. I'm talking about socks. The more whimsical your socks, the more whimsical your art arrangements. And 𝗏𝗡's socks are the most whimsical socks on earth, making your space uniquely yours. What's that? Did somebody say feng shui? What about foot shui? 𝗏𝗡's socks are so cozy that they can increase the foot feng shui of your home, ensuring that your feet are in perfect harmony with the energy of your space. Oh! This would never have happened if I was wearing 𝗏𝗡's socks. Happy feet means a balanced and aesthetically pleasing home. And certainly I believe in the value of a good floor plan, but when designing, don't overlook your foot plan. When I walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night, that bathroom floor better not be freezing cold on my bare feet or I'm gonna scream. And if I walk around these floors collecting all the day's crumbs on my bare feet, I'm gonna lose my shit. Remember, when creating a beautiful home, toasty toes are the way to go. I'm talking about And 𝗏𝗡's creates the world's most insanely comfy socks. When you feel them, I'm talking about socks. You are gonna lose talking about socks. Your freaking mind. Talking about socks. And 𝗏𝗡's makes the #1, the #2, and the #3 most requested clothing items in homeless shelters. Socks, t-shirts, and underwear. And they donate an item with every single purchase. I'm talking about socks, 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 socks. So thank you to 𝗏𝗡's for sponsoring this video. Remember, 1 item purchased equals 1 item donated. For 20% off your first purchase, go to 𝗏𝗡s.com/Caroline and use code Caroline20 at checkout. And don't forget that your sock determines the footprint of your home. So basically we're gonna cover the entire center in this little creative gallery wall. In addition, I think I would just like go ahead and paint the trim. This is what I spent too much time photoshopping today. Just like paint the trim of the doors, pick a fun color, and then add a hand knotted Persian rug or something. So basically we're gonna cover the entire center in this little creative gallery wall. And just like, I say go in on the color and the fun here. You're renting, like have a blast. We're all gonna die. Just make it colorful and fun. For light switches and outlets, you can replace the plates, get a switch plate cover. You can get like fun shapes, fun colors, fun designs, and then work it into a gallery wall. I'll share links of everything I found here, as many things I can. I'll share the links. You can also get little like doors that open. Hold on, let me show you this.
It literally is a little door.
You can get a little door, okay. So you can cover your outlets or different little boxes in these little like doors that open up and make it like a little elf home. Listen, I think the key is here to have fun. When like the predicament is so bad that it's ridiculous, have so much fun with it.
Love that.
I say you could cover all of these in like little elf doors. And if you're like into elves and elf culture, this is a strong assumption, you can make like little paths and little stairs and like just make it a fun, hilarious, cute little door. Or don't do that and just get like a normal cover. For the speaker up on the wall, that's thicker, deeper, it comes out farther. So I would get one of those like deep wood frames. Is it the ideal perfect solution? No, but we're not in an ideal perfect scenario. Think of it as that opportunity to get the things you love framed and make this really fun, eclectic little gallery wall here. And then it's like this affectionate quirk of your home as opposed to this hideous thing you wake up to and look at every day. Know what I mean?
I love that. The only thing I'll add is if just get a different laundry bin.
I photoshopped her laundry bin out of my images.
Yeah.
Get a different laundry bin.
I really would.
Say
Just get a different laundry bin. You know, you could like do like a
woven.
just something woven.
A woven.
Just a lid. A lid.
Molly's hyperventilating. Okay, obviously there are about 1,010,000 things you can say about any of these spaces. Yeah. So if you guys have your additions, things that stand out to you, I don't want to try to like overwhelm anybody who is generous and vulnerable enough to share their space with us. But if you want to add constructive, kind criticism in the comments, feel free to do so.
Caroline got a really cool submission from somebody that did everything in their living room with furniture that they got for free, which is so cool.
They used the Buy Nothing like
Buy
Facebook
Nothing
group?
Facebook, or like they said they got things off of the street, which I just love. And they found really cool stuff.
This is from Hannah from the Bay Area. No fun fact included.
No worries.
She's all business.
They said that they need help with potentially a rug and they're not sure about their curtains. I agree. I also think that they could just do a couple more things that would make the space just really sing.
That's hilarious that this is all from Buy Nothing because this is more cohesive than...
First, even before we go for a rug, I would say there's a couple more elements to the space that need to be considered. So I'm not sure what is going on with the TV on the piano, but if there is a way to either get a TV like on a stand so it could be moved around and hidden when you're not using it, I would consider it. You could put the TV on the fireplace, which I know is controversial, but at least would like get you to not have so many spaces that are conflicting with each other. Because I just think that the TV on the piano is really not helping the space. I would also suggest, because I see that there is like a wrought iron set for when you're using the fire, which I love. I would like try to pull that same material into the curtains, and I would, if you can, like change out the wood and do like a wrought iron or like a black metal. And then I would also change out the curtains. I actually don't mind the color. I would almost kind of keep them light. You could go with like a warm linen, and then I would almost do like the pleated Caroline allowed a picture or something.
You killed it. Okay, what about the rug?
I love a hand-woven red, like Turkish rug. They are my favorite, and I feel like it would look really cool in this space because all of your pieces of furniture are like great colors, but they don't have a lot of texture or pattern. So like that textured, really rich textured rug will like really elevate the space.
I feel like that'd be so cool with the like wood framed chair and everything too.
Yeah, I think it feels right. The bowl on the coffee table it's doing its job by like corralling everything, which I think is perfect, but I would suggest getting something more substantial.
It's teeny tiny.
It is little.
It's teeny tiny.
And I would do like something just bigger.
It's funny because I feel like having like the correct bowl or the correct vase almost feels like a frivolous thing because it's not the sofa and it's not the rug or whatever, but it ridiculously really can tie the space together as like the finishing piece. I feel like it's kind of like having the tux without the bow tie. It's like, it's actually a focal point and it has an effect on everything.
It's a great space.
Okay, that was great, Mollison.
I'm the one to make you come and get it, girl.
Oh, a Philly girl.
Okay, we got a submission from Anna from Philadelphia. She says, I'm a dog mom to a little mutt named Maple May, and I'm entering my master's program to become a therapist. Amazing.
Oh, we need those.
So is my younger sister. Amazing. Anna wrote in, Anna, she submitted kind of like a little dining nook, and she said, I have this big blank wall to the right, and I don't know exactly what to do with it. I was considering doing maybe a wine rack. Side note, this room connects to my living area, which has a lot of wood shelves, so I didn't want to do more shelves. Great choice. And then she wrote nice things. So this is her space. It's really cute. She has a very specific question. What do I put in that wall? I love the way that Anna's thinking about like what is already up there. I think the main thing that you want to think about is like variation within reason. You don't have so much variation that nothing is connected and nothing is cohesive. But when it's just like art print, art print, art print, art print, just all flat things on the wall, that falls flat. When it's just all shelves everywhere, that can fall flat. So here, I think it's really smart that she talked about doing a wine rack, which I think could be great because it's something sculptural and three-dimensional. That's like a really nice thing to add to your space. I'm gonna go ahead and say, considering there's all these art prints, we got all these shelves, I would like to inject a little bit more color. I would do a tree. That's what I would do. Okay, boom.
Cute.
You might have to pull your dining table out like 5 more inches. I think getting a tree would be a great way to, again, inject a little more life, a live element. It's gonna bring some color in, or some kind of tall plant, and it has texture, it's three-dimensional, it's off the wall. Alternatively, if you wanted to do a large artwork, I would do like one giant large one.
Love it.
Any alternatives?
What about like putting a mirror up?
Cute as hell. I think this is a mirror, is it not?
I think it might be black and white art.
Oh, I think that's art. I think you're right. I guess I thought that was a mirror, but that doesn't make any sense.
No, I really like the tree.
Okay, I win.
For now.
Wow. Okay, I think that's it. The end.
Let me deal with all your enemies.
This is Stephanie in Frankfurt. So this is a rental. She can't pay the walls. She recently bought the bed and the carpet on the floor, and I think also the side tables. And she wants to move the piece of art that's above her bed, but she does like greens, warm tones, and browns. And she says, please help. Okay, so if you can move this wood dresser that's beside your bed, you might want to shift that to another wall because it looks really interesting. And you might just want to break up that wall.
Anytime it's a train of furniture, let's try and just like put some space between things.
Yeah, so you either could like put it on the opposite wall next to the desk, or just like literally catty corner it. It's a cool piece. So
anything wood, any natural material is immediately gonna bring warmth.
You should consider either like wall sconces or 2 very substantial fixtures to go on the nightstands to just add that texture to that wall.
I like that you said substantial because everybody goes too small on their bedside table lamps.
Yes.
If whatever size you pick, it's too small.
Yep.
I promise you. Go like 2 sizes bigger.
Yep.
I promise you. Yes. Okay, yeah. So I would say there's no color in this room. That's why it feels cold. There's not a single color. Color can't be found. So choose anything to bring in color with.
I would suggest IKEA has really cool patterns that you could infuse into your bedding. If you want to add a lot of color, do a really fun throw blanket just at the end of the bed. And then like tying in the colors that you have in the throw blanket into the pillows that you have.
I know you said you just bought the carpet, but I would resell the carpet because it is just adding more gray and more white, and it's not
very cool.
It's not adding any warmth, and that is like the largest thing. A rug that will complement a throw, like she said, maybe an accent pillow and the lamps. That's a completely different space. Love. Basically, this is a blank canvas, so adding any color and any pattern will be great. Bringing that warm wood out, amazing. And then, I kind of like that art piece where it is. I don't think you need to change it.
I kind of did too. Keep the art where it is. Just change the bedding. Maybe sell your rug.
Let me deal with
fun one. Okay, this is a submission from Hillary and Ginger from Denton, Texas. We watch your videos like it's our job. Love that. They said, this space never feels done. Other walls in my house make me proud, but this one continues to stump me. Something about the curtain wall is especially in need of help. Should I double up the curtains, change the rod? Yikes. Okay, thank you for submitting your space and sharing with us. I think this room is like 90% there. What I love, lots of variation in textures, fabrics, materials, lots of good height variation. We got art on the walls. It's a cohesive color palette, but there's nice fun pops. I'm gonna say the thing that's driving me crazy is that there aren't side tables. That's driving me crazy. And I agree that this bar cart is adorable, but the height of it is bothering me for some reason. Having like an increasing slope up to the curtains, it doesn't feel right to me, and I don't have the design education to articulate why, but I want that to be a much lower table. And yes, I did a mock-up. I would just do like a large, round, wooden, regular old side table back there.
Cute.
Normal style that's lower than the sofas. And then you can put a beautiful, shapely, sculptural table lamp on that table. I don't know where to put that bar cart because it is cool, but it's empty. If you're not really using it, I don't think it's a great side table.
Yep.
I might find another home for it and just get another low side table over here for the corner. Okay, let's slap some accent pillows on these sofas, couches, bring in some of those fun colors you have. Get like a custom lampshade for your floor lamp. Bring in a color there so it's not like black, 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 black. We got a lot of black going on.
Yeah.
Other thing that you could always change out, the blinds are undermining the rest of the beautiful space you have. So I think something you could do like a wood blind would be an upgrade. You could do a cafe curtain if you want a little more privacy down there. Something else you could do is a valance over the top. There's that weird space of wall. It could make it more uniformed. I think it would feel more completed. That's what I think. Okay, baby girl, what'd you find?
My turn.
Gina from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm almost always anxious. Love it. Shout out. Gina writes, I moved into a very old home and the space has so much potential, but something is just off. Something feels off to her about the curtains, the fireplace, but she's not sure what exactly to do. What'd you got, Molly?
So I would agree. I think the fireplace does feel really dark, especially since you have a black TV above the fireplace. And I understand sometimes that's just the only place a TV can go, but I would really think about like, how do we lighten up that fireplace? And so couple ways to do it. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I love the idea of like putting a light inside of your fireplace. If you can like take out the stack of, it looks like faux wood, take that out if you can, because it looks like you also love kind of like woodsy elements. Put the light on top of a stack of books and let's just make it a whole mood. And I would also potentially like pull that corner chair out from the wall a little bit.
Plastered against the wall.
It's plastered against the wall. We gotta like give it some wiggle room so you can actually read in it. And I would put a cozy floor lamp over the chair, or you also could do like a cute sconce on the wall.
All of this, I love Molly's idea. I think she is operating under the assumption that that TV has to be where it is. And maybe it does, because in some spaces, the TV does have to be above the fireplace. I don't think it's always the worst thing in the world.
No.
I think what makes it tough here is because the fireplace is the exact same width as the TV. To me, that's what the killer is. Just speaking in like the constants of design proportions, ideally a TV up there would be a little bit smaller. It ends up feeling kind of overwhelming because it won't feel balanced. There might be another place to put the TV, but if there's not, it's not the end of the world.
Love it.
This is a space submitted from an anonymous Bostonian. They have a 3-year-old child with another on the way. They're currently in nesting mode and insanely frustrated with this room. Please help. It doesn't feel cohesive or like things are in harmony. Couches in credenza are new, so must stay. I'm struggling with colors. Should I paint the walls? Is it too cluttered? Do I need new art? Something is off. It doesn't tie together. She says, also, I need nesting tables, but no coffee table, please. They want to preserve room for toddlers to run around and play. I get it, love it. What's your thoughts, Molly?
Well, I think we have to really play with the layout here. I would suggest like keeping that credenza where it is, flip the green and the brown couch on opposite sides, and then I would pull out this reclining chair and angle it in the room, it makes your entrance into the space a little bit smaller, but think of it more as allow for there to be like more of like a conversation that's happening when kids are playing versus everyone just like sitting up against the wall and having to lean forward.
So once again, it's a lot of furniture in this room.
Yeah. I would almost use that more as holding your blankets and the things that look like they're being stored on this arched entrance table. And the reason I say that is like, you don't want every wall in a space to be completely covered in furniture. You want there to be some breathing room. And again, like it adds that ability for the kids to really play. I would also suggest I would put that metal piece on this blue-gray wall, and then I would move the piece of floral art behind where now the round couch will be. And that will almost like act as like another window, like two windows facing each other. And I would almost pause on getting any side tables until you try this new layout, because the size of the side tables really are going to be dependent on how this new layout feels.
Love. Oh, this is a fun, tricky one. I think Molly's gonna have a strong reaction to this room. This is a submission from, they wrote, Michelle and I don't know who I is, live in Santa Barbara, California. Fun fact about me is that I speak 3 languages, Swedish, English, Armenian.
Wow.
Justin is Swedish.
Sweet as fish.
Yes, like the fish, exactly. They wrote and said, I just feel like something is off in the room. The room feels cold. I don't know how to make it feel warmer, but I love the blue statement sheets, and they are a statement. They want to get a new futon, which is why there's a mess on the floor, because some of that's gonna go on the new futon. I also have a red keyboard that's in storage that I want to put out, but no idea where and how to blend the red with the blue.
Ooh, do they like primary colors?
Primary colors, baby. So I love that they have a vision. The fact that this person loves the statement blue and wants to make it work, and maybe even add a statement red, like it's colorful, it's bold, it's playful. I get it, we can do this. So basically what I would do, thinking about primary blue, a primary red keyboard, the beige futon that she proposed confuses me. That does not help unite those colors for me. So if you know you want to work with blue and you know you want to work with red, what I would do is pull up a web app that I love, Coolers. Have you ever used this?
No, show me.
It's a color palette generator. So you can plug in the blue of your sheets, just like there's like a color picker, the red of your keyboard, and then you just click through and it will give you color palette recommendations. I use it for so many of my projects. It's amazing. I'll put it linked in the description, not sponsored. I've actually tagged them before asking them to sponsor me, and they're like, we hate you.
Sponsor her.
Yeah. So I would do probably maybe like a soft, muddier yellow or something that's still bold and colorful, but not as strong as primary red and blue. Your carpet is tough. I would absolutely put an area rug over the carpet. Like an area rug helps define the zone. It can add color and interest. And also if you're renting and it's an old rug, you probably would enjoy a fresher one. So don't hesitate to layer a large area rug on top of your existing carpet. If we have this statement blue, my instinct is that like, I wanna make it feel intentional. I wanna make it feel like it's not an accident. So something like a low level thing I feel like you could do is just paint the top portion of the wall, almost like a faux crown molding, just like paint that strip. You could bring the bright blue up there and just make it feel really intentional.
I think this is exciting.
Love. Okay, you guys. Well, that was super fun. Let me tell you what, I had Molly on today because Molly lives in a really like neutral, no character, cold rental apartment.
Concrete ceilings.
And she has injected it full of so much personality and warmth and beauty and like history, which is why like she can do that with any space. She's made her home so beautiful. You can contact her. I'm gonna put all her contact information. She's taking remote clients, in-person clients, both of them. It's gonna be in the video description, but tell them about you.
MMC Interiors, you can find me on Instagram. I do Friday finds. Every Friday, come and look and see what I find on Facebook Marketplace, and then I show you how to style it in your space. I am taking clients. I really specialize in this old and new coming together, so a space really represents you, and I'm all about surrounding yourself with what you believe in, so you better start with your home.
Love it. She's super, super talented, putting all her information in. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, now we clap for ourselves. Bye.
A cool box that you could have a lid.
Cool box.
I love an antique box.
Bitch loves a box. That's what I think.
Go home, but it's been such a long time since I felt this good.